Welcome to Kids Church Online. I'm so glad that you could join me today for week 4 of Subscribe Now. We are going to start with a worship song, so let's stand up on our feet and sing together.
I'm feeling good, good, good in a crazy way. God's love changed me more than I can say. Can't keep this in, gotta let it out. Gonna tell the whole world that your love is spinning me round and around. Yeah, it's turning me upside down. I can't believe the way you love me more than I can contain. I'm gonna turn around and give it away. I want the world to know just how I feel. They gotta know, your love is real. You love me just the way I am. Gonna tell the whole world that your love is spinning me round and around. Yeah, it's turning me upside down. I can't believe the way you love me more than I can contain. I'm gonna turn around and give it away.
All right, we are going to jump into our lesson for today. Now, we have been talking about social media and the internet and following Jesus. Now, today we are going to talk about some specific people that followed Jesus. Now, last week we talked about Philip and Nathanael, who were some of Jesus's disciples. Today we are going to talk about some more of Jesus's disciples who he asked to follow him. Now, today in our world, the term followers is a little bit different than it was when Jesus was around. Now, today, if you were a follower of someone, that probably means that you're subscribed to their YouTube channel, or you're following them on Instagram, or you're friends with them on Facebook. There's a different meaning to the word now. Now, I want you to think about this. Let's get a little bit creative here. Jesus was a teacher, and he had lots of followers, and today he still has lots of followers. Now, if Jesus was alive today, do you think maybe he could have a YouTube channel? What do you think that Jesus would teach to his followers on his YouTube channel? What would his videos be like? What would his comments be like? What do you think Jesus would talk about or do in his videos? That would be really interesting, don't you think? To see what Jesus would do in today's world with our media. Now, today we are talking about Jesus's followers and his disciples. So we are going to hand it over to leader Tamara, and she is going to read us a story about how Jesus called some of his disciples to follow him. All right? So let's hand it over to leader Tamara. We're going to hear our story about being a follower of Jesus, and then we are going to talk after about how we are followers of Jesus.
Today's story, Jesus' disciples. Jesus was ready to begin what he had come to do, But first, he needed a special group of friends to travel with him, to help him and to learn from him. They would be his disciples. Who would he choose? You might be surprised. Simon, Andrew, James, and John were fishermen, and Jesus met them down by the water one day while they were putting their fishing nets away. "Let's go fishing," Jesus said. "We've been out all night," they told him, "and we didn't catch a single fish." But because Jesus had asked them to, they dropped their nets back into the water, and straight away something amazing happened. The fishermen could hardly believe their eyes. Their nets were so full of fish that their boats began to sink. This was impossible. How had Jesus done this? They could tell there was something very different about this man. "Come with me," Jesus said. "I want you to be my disciples. I have a different job for you." So the fishermen left everything by the water and followed him. Another day, Jesus met a tax collector called Matthew. Now, most people did not like tax collectors at all. Their job was to collect money from everyone, but often they took more and kept the extra for themselves. Everyone knew this was not fair. Matthew was a tax collector like all the others, but Jesus knew that, and he loved him anyways. He had something better for him. "Come with me," Jesus said, "and be my disciple." So Matthew did. Matthew was happy, so happy that he threw a huge party at his house and invited Jesus and all of his tax collector friends too. But not everyone was pleased about Jesus' new friends. Why is he spending time with those types of people? "Because," said Jesus, "these are the people who need me, the ones I have come to help." Jesus wasn't doing things the way anyone expected. He made friends with all kinds of people. He cared about everyone because they were all God's children, and he loved them. Jesus chose 12 disciples for the next few years. They would follow him everywhere. Everywhere he went, near and far, learning, teaching, helping, healing. Jesus' disciples weren't perfect. Sometimes they made mistakes. Sometimes they didn't understand everything he was saying. But Jesus forgave them and was patient. And he can help anyone. He had come to change the world and show God's love to everyone. And he had chosen these unusual collection of people to help him.
Thank you, Leader Tamara, for sharing that story with us today about Jesus and his followers. Now, we started the story hearing about Jesus and some fishermen. They were out fishing in their boat, and then when they met Jesus, Jesus asked to borrow their boat. They talked to him, and then they said, "We haven't caught any fish all night." Jesus said, "Throw your nets on the other side of the boat." They did, and they got so many fish that their boat started to sink. Now that is a miracle that Jesus was able to do that. Now think about it. If you were there and you saw a miracle from Jesus right in front of you, what would you do? If he said, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. Follow me, and I will help you teach others about who I am and who God is." What would you do if you saw that amazing miracle? I think that you might drop everything and go, "Yes, I want to follow you." Or you might go, "I'm not so sure about this." Now, it's interesting that his disciples were so willing to drop everything and follow Jesus. That shows that they really loved him. And then we heard about Matthew the tax collector and how he dropped everything and decided to change his life to follow Jesus. Now, some people were upset. They said, "Jesus, why are you hanging out with tax collectors? Why are you hanging out with people that we don't like, that are mean to us, that take our money?" And Jesus said, "I'm here to help them. I'm here to show them who I am. I'm not here like a doctor isn't here for healthy people. Doctor is here to help sick people." That's what he said, that I'm not here to help everyone who already knows God. I'm here to help people who don't know God and to show you more about God. So, we heard about Jesus and his followers and what it means to follow Jesus, and that leads us to our big idea. So, we need to hit our subscribe now button and take a look at what our big idea is for today. All right? Okay, let's count down from 3. 3, 2, 1. Bam! What's our big idea for today? It says Jesus wants us to follow him. Say it with me. Jesus wants us to follow him. Good job. Now, what do you think it means for us to follow Jesus? Do we need some special gear or to pass a special test or a specific handbook to be able to follow Jesus? No. Jesus tells us that we need to believe in him and that we should tell others about him. That when we know Jesus, we should share to others about who Jesus is. And that's what the disciples did. When they learned who Jesus was, they didn't go, "Thanks, I'll see you never." They said, "Jesus, we want to help you tell others about God." So when we become followers of Jesus, it's part of our job, it's part of the description when we follow Jesus to share about who Jesus is to others. Isn't that cool? It's kind of a special, really responsible job for us to tell others about Jesus. Now here's the thing. If Jesus can do anything, why does he need disciples? Why does he need followers? If Jesus could just tell everyone who he is and everything we need to know about God, then why does he need me to teach kids' church? Why does he need you to invite your friends to church? Why does he need anyone on earth to help tell his story? Now, when Simon Peter became a disciple, Jesus said, "This is not so that you can help me, Jesus. It's so that I can help you." He says, "Courtney, when you become a follower of God, it's not so that I can help Jesus. It's so that Jesus can help me." Jesus promised Simon Peter a new life, the opportunity to know God, to serve God, and to love God. And he does the same thing for us. When he says, "Follow me and tell others about who I am," it's so that we can know God and serve God and love God. It's not because God isn't capable of telling his own story. It's because he wants us to get involved. And that's why we have a special opportunity. He wants us to follow him so that we can know him, so we can serve him, tell others about him, and so that we can love God and be in a relationship with him. It's so special, the opportunity that God gives us. Now, we are going to practice our memory verse together, and it reminds us about how powerful and special Jesus is. So why don't you follow along with me, and we will start by saying Jesus answered, and we touch the palm of our hand with our finger on both sides. Okay, are you ready? Okay, it starts with Jesus answered, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." John 14, verse 6. Let's do it all over again. Start with Jesus answered. Ready? Jesus answered, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." John 14, verse 6. Good job, guys. All right, we have learned lots about Jesus and how to be a follower of Jesus and why he calls us to be his followers. And now let's take a moment to fold our hands and close our eyes and pray to God, say thank you for helping us follow you and tell others about you, and thank you for wanting us on your team. Okay, let's fold our hands and close our eyes, and we will pray. God, I thank you for this day. I thank you for all of these kids listening and all these families that they're representing. Father, I pray that this week that you will give us the bravery and the boldness to follow you and to talk about you and to think about you and to tell others about who you are. I pray that you will help us be good followers of Jesus, that you will help us show others who you are, and that we can know and love you just a little bit more. I pray that you're with us this week, that you keep us safe and healthy, and have us a great week. In your name, everyone said, Amen. Okay, we are doing another worship song together because you might have some wiggles that you need to get out. I have some wiggles that I need to get out. So let's stand up on our feet, get ready to dance and sing, and we will do another song together.
I like to think about the goodness of the Lord. He gives me everything I need and so much more. So I just want to lift my hands and say that I love him. I just want to lift my heart in praise. And I want to be thankful. I want to be faithful. I want to remember everything that the Lord has done. I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to be. I like to think about the goodness of the Lord. He gives me everything I need and so much more. So I just want to lift my hands and say that I love him. I just want to lift my heart in praise. And I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to remember everything that the Lord has done. I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to remember everything that the Lord has done. I want to be thankful. I want to be grateful. I want to be
All right, that is the end of Kids Church. Thank you for joining me today. Now, if you have a takeout church box, make sure you open it up and find your week 4 bag. And if you don't have a takeout church box, make sure you sign up before tomorrow, before Monday. So sign up today. You can sign up tomorrow if you would like to get your February box delivered right to your front door. Okay? All right, I hope you guys have an awesome week, and we will see you next week for our last week of Subscribe Now.